is KD going back to the Warriors? That would be insane. I did cover it already about KD asking for a trade. I thought ultimately he's going to go to the Suns, but since then, it has been the idea that he might be going to the Warriors has been thrown around. And I would just like to say that I am completely against this. Obviously, I'm a Laker fan, first and foremost. So I might be a little biased. I might be saying this because him going to the Warriors will ultimately block the path of the Lakers winning anything. But I say this as a basketball fan as well. Like, I just don't want to see it. Like, when KD was with the Warriors, the league was not fun. It was a foregone conclusion. Who's going to make it out of the East was the only thing that was up for grabs. Warriors were going to go represent the West, and they were going to beat whoever came out of the East in 4 or 5 games. And that was it. Injuries slowed that down the last year. KD got hurt. Klay Thompson got hurt. But I do think they would have won versus Toronto if they were healthy. Like, I think everyone can just agree to that. So if he goes back, I think it kind of ruins the league. The league has been really fun these last 3 years that KD left the Warriors, and I like it like that. I think it's gonna be great. I don't mind KD leaving Brooklyn. I think if he goes, I don't even really mind him going to these first place teams in the East or West. Like, yeah, some people are calling him front runners because he wants to go to Miami. He wants to go to the Suns, who are the number one seed in the East and West respectively. But that's fine. Like, that's just a little bit of criticism that he would get. Like, I think that would blow over if he brings them championships. Him going back to the Warriors as the current NBA champions, that's just ridiculous. I don't know how KD could do that. And he's very aware of Twitter, of what people say, as evidenced by his replies on Twitter. He gets into really like Twitter rants. He just be like sending Twitter at tweet after tweet after tweet. So I'm just shocked that this is even a conversation, and I'm also shocked from the Warriors side. Like, how does Draymond tell KD that they could have done it, like they did it before him, and they could do it without him, that they don't need him, and they actually do it, and now they're gonna want to bring him back? Like, that's crazy. And they have so many young pieces: Kuminga, Wiseman, Moody. They just have so many good players. And they have a good thing going with Jordan Poole. Obviously, some pieces left, like Gary Payton, fan favorites. Gary Payton. I think Juan Toscano Anderson was a fan favorite too. From what I could tell, there was a lot of Mexican flags in the parade. There was a lot of people that talked about him. JTA, JTA. So obviously, they're not going to be able to keep everyone. So people were getting ready to, let go of some of the pieces. But I think everyone in the Bay Area, living here personally, is excited to see how what they could get out of Wiseman, the second overall pick, what they could get from Kuminga, who's a specimen, who could turn out to be, like a Jaylen Brown if they really develop him. And if the Warriors are known for anything, it's really developing their players. So, like, I don't know. I'm seeing a tweet from Warriors on NBC, and it's like, irrational, delusional. The Warriors reuniting with KD would undo everything they're committed to building over the last 3 years. And I agree. Like, this is the sentiment that I'm getting too. It's like, it looks like they're building that bridge between this current generation of Klay Thompson, Curry, and Draymond, and now they have Wiseman, Kuminga, Poole. Like, obviously, Poole is a nice piece. I don't think he's gonna lead them in the future. Kuminga, we'll see what he does. Wiseman, second overall pick. He has to really step up. They still gotta, develop their players, make them into legit stars, but they're building that path. Do they really want to get into this dance again with KD? Does KD really want to go back to here where, you have the GM taking shots at him in the championship parades, and you got fans saying that they don't need him and they won before him? Like, this is just messy all around. Like, if you broke up with each other, just stay broken up, man. This is just reminding me of couples that break up and keep getting back together, and like, it's bad luck. It's a bad look on both sides. I think it's a worse look for KD. I think it's a bad look for Curry on a smaller level too. Like, if I was Curry, if I was that player that's now getting put in the top 10 list of all time, greatest shooter of all time, pushing for greatest point guard of all time, like, Curry legit has a chance to compete against Magic. If Curry wins one or two more championships by himself with this supporting cast, there's going to be people that are putting him, like, legit. Now he's, like, kind of competing with Isaiah as the number two. They're right there. I think he passed Isaiah now, but he could really compete against Magic. If they get KD, I don't know if those championships that they would potentially get together would move Curry up as much as they would have. Obviously, they wouldn't. Like if he wins them by himself or with the supporting cast, the amount of credit he would get and like ranking points he would get would be a lot more. So I think Curry should turn like I would if I was Curry. I'm like, dude, we could do it. Let's run it back with this team, with this core, with these young guys. Like we could do it again. Like I'm Steph Curry. Like did you not see what I did in Game 4? I'm the Finals MVP. Like let's do it. Let's run it back. But honestly, and KD too. Like I would be like, hell nah. Like enough. Like I don't want to go. I joined the 73 team Warrior team, and I got killed for it. And now I'm going to try to join the championship, like the reigning NBA Finals champions Warriors. Like, come on, dude, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ruin the NBA. Go to the Suns. Kyrie would go to the Lakers, and all three teams could duke it out. Suns, Warriors, Lakers, and the Clippers are obviously going to be dangerous too with PG and Kawhi coming back. And then we'll see the Wolves prove me wrong and really make a push. And then that'll be a fun NBA. That'll be a very exciting NBA. That'll be an NBA that I want to watch. KD going to the Warriors, the reigning champs, putting them over the edge, killing competition. I don't want to see that.